Chapter 41 Hero Association Headquarters. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Xuan had practiced the young eagle takes off to perfection in the first practice. The power was so strong that every move could mobilize the blood and qi of the whole body. The second practice did not surpass the first practice, but became simpler and more popular. It was this simplicity and popularity that impressed Xuan greatly. Xuan improved the points he just mentioned in the second practice. Maybe there are still some flaws, but it has provided him with unlimited inspiration. Practice to the extreme effect in one practice, you can modify it at will in two practices. If this is not a peerless demon, what is it? He suddenly felt that his daughter's vision was really good. Xuan had just begun to emerge, and his future achievements were immeasurable. Maybe in the future, you can't even climb up Xuan's high branch. Practice is over. Xuan stopped and sat back next to Xuan Dali. Brother Xuan, how is it? Did I provide you with some help? Awesome. Xuan Dali gave a thumbs up. Xuan Dali, have never been submissive to anyone in my life. I don't even accept the principle, but you. Thank you. Xuan smiled modestly. In fact, he couldn't achieve this effect before, but after obtaining the prototype of the chaos body, his perception of everything in the world became extremely sharp. What's more, Eaglet Takeoff was originally a physical skill created by the system, which perfectly suited him. With a little practice, he can transform it in a targeted manner. Brother Su, with your help, I can develop the 8th set of physical skills suitable for primary and secondary school students across the country within a month. By then, primary and secondary school students across the country will thank you. Xuan Dali said happily. It's just the end of summer vacation, and the 8th set of national basic physical skills will come in handy. My dragon country's leading position in the world is accumulated bit by bit. Then it will be named Young Eagle Takes Off, and the meaning of this name is also very good. Xuan smiled and said, I have no objection to naming it Young Eagle Takes Off, but don't say it's my credit, otherwise I might be scolded by primary and secondary school students across the country every day. Ha ha ha. Xuan Dali laughed, that's also unavoidable. After all, not everyone wants to practice, and it takes up spare time, but the benefits outweigh the disadvantages. The two chatted. Xuan's communicator rang. After it was connected, a voice came from the other end. Hello, Mr. Su. I am Sun Bingyu from the Hero Association. The compensation and reward I applied for you have been issued. You can go to the Longdu Hero Association headquarters to collect them at any time. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. This is what the Hero Association should do. The two people's communication was very simple. Hang up the communication. Communication from the Hero Association. Xuan Dali said, I also heard about what happened on the spaceship from Qingqing. Brother Su is really capable. Not only did he wipe out a squad of rebels, he also killed 3 fire dragons. It was mainly because the elf Lucas fought with his life. I just picked up the leak. Xuan didn't want to be too high profile. By the way, Brother Su, have you verified your profession? Xuan Dali asked. No. Xuan said, does even unemployed people need to undergo professional verification? Yes. Xuan Dali explained, according to the laws of Dragon Country, all citizens should complete official professional verification before the age of 30, and undergo a re-examination every 5 years. Deliberate concealment will be treated as a rebel. The advantage is that the government will issue a certain amount of cultivation resources every year according to the citizens' realm. Of course, the main reason is that they are afraid that the rebels will hide their identities and cause chaos, so this law is set to maintain social order. Xuan nodded. Brother Xuan, I want to ask, if I don't certify as an unemployed person, is it okay? Xuan Dali was stunned. Of course, but you have reached the starry realm, you must choose a high-level profession, such as War Soul, Berserker, Summoner, Elemental Mage, Sonda, Gunner, etc. Really? Xuan asked seriously. Choose any one, as long as it passes the inspection. No, Brother Xuan, you misunderstood. Xuan paused and said, what I mean by anything is, can I certify all the advanced professions? Xuan Dali. Brother, you are a freelancer without a job. Not a full-time freelance god. He looked at Su Xian, and the two looked at each other for a long time. Xuan Dali was sure that Su Xian was discussing seriously, not joking. Brother Su, it's hard for me to answer your question, and I don't know if it's okay, but I know that the strongest king in history only practiced 3 professions at the same time, and the 3 professions were related to each other. He was hailed as the world's first genius at the time, but he never reached the threshold of the demigod realm in his life. If he devoted all his energy to one profession, perhaps my dragon country would have another demigod. Do you understand what I mean? I understand. Su Xian's understanding is that if his own practice is too difficult, then he will accept a few more disciples to practice hard. As long as the disciples are hard enough, there is no hurdle that Su Xian can't overcome. Then I'll go to the Hero Association first. Su Xian said goodbye to Xuan Dali and left the training room. The Hero Association headquarters is not far from Longdu Academy. At Su Xian's walking speed, he can reach it in 10 minutes. Further ahead is the Longdu branch of the Red Moon Tavern. These 3 major forces are all in the center of Longdu. 10 minutes later, Su Xian arrived at the Hero Association headquarters, in the Dragon Capital City, where every inch of land is worth a lot of money. The Hero Association occupies the best area, which is wider than the Dragon Capital Academy. The main gate alone is hundreds of meters long. At the entrance of the association stand 2 huge statues made of black and white stone, one male and one female. The man holds a long sword in his right hand and holds it diagonally behind his back, with his right fist clenched across his chest. He rides a 9-headed lion, with his head raised and his eyes wide open, as if confronting the sky. The woman is wearing a long robe, her eyes slightly closed, 2 fingers of her left hand placed between her lips and nose, as if chanting, and she stands with a staff in her right hand, looking like a mother of the world. The 2 statues represent the 2 founders of the Hero Association, who are also 2 demigods. Su Xian clasped his fists and bowed slightly to show respect. Walk through the gate and enter the interior. The association is divided into professional areas and a large complex area for all professions. The various architectural styles are very different, but they are also clearly layered, which does not affect the beauty at all. Not far from the entrance is the Hero Mall headquarters. Compared to the small branch in Qingzhou City, this place can be called luxurious. The mall is as high as hundreds of floors. As long as you have money, resources and status, most things in the world can be bought here. The mall headquarters is the boundary. The buildings are scattered in a fan shape. On the left is the shooter profession area, the left rear is the mage profession area, the right is the warrior profession area, and the right rear is the fighter profession area. Right behind is the 4 professional composite general office. That is also Su Xian's destination this time. The reward compensation collection office and the professional certification office are all there. Chapter 42 Full Professional Certification. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Passing through layers of buildings, Su Xian came to the general office of the Hero Association and called Bing Yuho. Bing Yuho was not at the headquarters, but he immediately called someone to pick up Su Xian. Hello, Mr. Su, I am the assistant of Lord Bing Yuho, you can just call me Xiaoli. Bing Yuho's assistant led Su Xian to the reward collection area on the 7th floor. Mr. Su, in order to thank you for your efforts, the association has specially given you an epic weapon and a marquee-level technique. If you don't need it, you can also exchange it for an equal amount of contribution points. Xiaoli explained enthusiastically, our Hero Association has a specific contribution point mall, where you can choose the items you need and choose to exchange them with contribution points. Thank you. Su Xian nodded, opened the holographic smart panel, and browsed at will. He didn't need weapons or techniques very much, he needed some consumables that could help him fight against opponents of higher levels and save his life. After accepting Shenyuan Qingqing as a disciple, the system has increased a lot of luck points, and should be able to get a good high multiple return. He exchanged the marquee-level skills and epic weapons given by the Hero Association for contribution points, totaling 50,000 points. The Hero Association has its own algorithm for estimating the value of items. Market analysis based on big data will adjust item prices in a timely manner to ensure the stability of the value of contribution points and prevent them from being devalued too much with inflation. Su Xian browsed various commodities with interest. Tianhe level summoning scroll, 10,000 contribution points, for summoners only, it can summon random Tianhe level summoned beasts. Intermediate spirit pet contract, 20,000 contribution points, after activation, you can sign a random variety of spirit pets from the star to the sun level. Special life potion, 3,000 contribution points, after use by Tianhe level and below professionals, it can quickly restore blood and mental strength. Fully simulated star level doll companion, 40,000 contribution points. Proportional manufacturing, realistic touch, absolute loyalty, it can be used for your entertainment and release of pressure in your spare time, and it can also be used as a guard in wartime. Buying it is a profit. High-level alchemy blind box, 5,000 contribution points, can open medium to high-level alchemy consumables or materials. High-level enchanted card blind box, 5,000 contribution points, can open medium to high-level enchanted cards. High-level combat doll blind box, 10,000 contribution points, can open combat dolls from starry to Tianhe level. The goods are dazzling and varied. After Su Xian thought about it, he exchanged for a Tianhe level summoning scroll, a mid-level spirit pet contract, and 2 high-level combat doll blind boxes. Just spent 50,000 contribution points. The exchange is completed. Mr. Su, please wait. Xiaoli explained on the side. The mall staff will deliver the exchanged items to you within half an hour. It only took more than 10 minutes. The mall staff delivered the items that Su Xian exchanged. After Su Xian checked, he put it away. He can't use the Tianhe level summoning scroll for the time being. Even if he has the prototype of the chaos body, he can't forcefully summon across 3 realms. The intermediate spirit pet contract was given to Xianyuan Qingqing in exchange. If he's lucky, he should be able to return some good things. The 2 puppet blind boxes will also be given to Xianyuan Qingqing at that time. There will be a double lottery, and maybe a big surprise. Mr. Su, is there anything else I can do for you? Xiaoli smiled. I still need to verify my profession. Please take me there. Su Xian was happy to have someone act as a tour guide, saving him a lot of unnecessary tedious procedures. What profession do you want to certify? Xiaoli asked. All professions, okay. Ah. Xiaoli thought she had heard it wrong. Is it not okay? Su Xian asked back. Of course you can. Xiaoli came back to her senses. The association has done full professional certification for people before, and there are quite a few people, but the results are all terrible, right? Su Xian smiled and said, don't worry, I won't be one of them. Xiaoli kept a professional smile and didn't say much. After all, she was just a staff member. She still understood the principle of saying too much and making mistakes. She couldn't afford to offend the client that Lord Binjiu had to treat seriously. She just complained in her heart that those geniuses who had full professional certification in the past were as confident as Su Xian, but few of them succeeded in the end. Even if they succeeded, they could only stay in the starry realm for the rest of their lives. Their energy was scattered, and they would not make any progress. The 2 came to the Advanced Professional Certification Office. After verifying the identity card, the staff asked Su Xian to complete the information supplement on the customer's computer. There are only 4 basic professions in Longhua, but above the 4 basic professions, there are many advanced professions that can be transferred. In addition, there are many special professions, rare professions, and 4 auxiliary secondary professions at home and abroad. Warriors can be transferred to fighting spirits, berserkers, formation warriors, shura, etc. Shooters can be transferred to precision archers, roaming gunners, mechanics, ammunition masters, etc. Mages can be transferred to combat mages, elementalists, summoners, blood mages, dimension walkers, healers, etc. Fighters can be transferred to qigong masters, judo masters, free fighting, etc. Each of the major advanced professions has its own emphasis and takes different routes. Once you embark on the path of an advanced profession, there is almost no way back. As advanced professionals grow along the way, the official is equipped with exclusive skills. After reaching the Marquis realm and obtaining a domain, one can complete awakening and obtain the ultimate skill with superpower. The professional system and supporting skills are all researched by the pioneers of the entire Blue Star with countless blood. The ultimate skill is much stronger than most marquee skills and secrets. Outside the system, there are many special professions at home and abroad, for example, the warriors and heavenly masters unique to Dragon Country, the ninjas and onmyoges unique to Sakura Country, the psychics of Kimchi Country, the clergy of Romantic Country and Eagle Country, the druids of the Oil Federation, etc. These special professions are relatively rare and not universal, and even the Hero Association does not know much about them. The four major secondary professions are alchemists, decomposers, puppet masters, and enchanters. Secondary professions are auxiliary professions. Many professionals will take a secondary profession to earn more resources and feed back to the main profession. Su Xian scanned the computer. There is no select all button on it. It seems that the Hero Association itself does not approve of full professional certification. Su Xian could only click on all the professions one by one and check the boxes to confirm. On the administrator's computer, the staff member saw the 5 big words all professions certified and couldn't help but give Su Xian a blank look, as if he was looking at a fool. It's not that she looked down on people. But if Su Xian did this, there would be no good results in the end, and he would have to drag the staff to give them hard certification. Are you sure you want to get all professions certified? Yes. Certification within 2 professions is free, and adding more professions requires additional fees. You need to pay a total of 180,000 Blue Star coins. If you also need to get rare professions, special professions, and secondary professions certified, you need to go to the relevant departments for certification separately, and this window will not accept it. The staff member stated the conditions. Su Xian paid the fee readily, 180,000 Blue Star coins, in exchange for 18 door matching skill systems, plus 18 ultimate awakening skills. Isn't it good? Chapter 43 for Advanced Warrior Professions. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After paying the fee, Xiaoli led Su Xian to the professional certification hall. Su Xian felt the familiar fluctuations. It's a secret realm. The professional certification hall is connected to secret realms. All professions. Another madman who claims to be a genius. After reading Su Xian's information, the staff of the certification office couldn't help shaking his head and sighing. He pointed to the entrance of a secret realm and said, the most important step of advanced professional certification is to pass the first 3 copies of the Sky City secret realm without using any external force, and comprehend the job transfer skills in the process. For example, to certify the battle soul, you can only use the warrior's skills to pass the level, and you need to comprehend the battle soul's job transfer skill, Soul Light. The staff sighed. All professional certification means that you must not only be familiar with the 4 basic professional skills, but also comprehend 18 representative job transfer skills after passing 3 copies. Good luck. Enter the secret realm. Thank you. Su Xian nodded and stepped into the entrance of the secret realm. Looking at Su Xian's disappearing figure, the staff smiled helplessly. If Su Xian failed, it would be fine. If he succeeded, he would feel it was a pity. Those who can successfully certify all professions prove that their talents are very good, but it's a pity that they are too ambitious and go astray. Enter the secret realm. Su Xian looked at the unfamiliar copy in front of him, and his heart was not too turbulent. Although there are many restrictions, the intermediate secret realm is not difficult for him at all. A flash of silver light, a high-quality sword appeared in his hand. The most representative weapons of warriors are undoubtedly knives, guns, and swords, and Su Xian can use any weapon to play the basic skills of warriors very well. The first copy, Dragon Tower. The basic monsters are blue-winged dragons and red-winged dragons. The lord creature is the Thunder Dragon Man. Su Xian held the long sword in his hand and used the warrior's basic skill multi-segment slash. Each slash can use the power of the sword to sprint a long distance. Swish. 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 Sword light flashed. Su Xian slashed 3 times in a row, and rushed to several gold-level blue-winged dragons. Without waiting for the blue-winged dragon to react, he interrupted the blue-winged dragon that was about to spray cold air with an upward slash, and at the same time, he jumped high and slashed several times in the air. The sword energy waved around, blocking other pterosaurs that came to support. Puff. Finally, he used an air stab to go straight into the head and ended the life of the blue-winged dragon. Perfect combo. The staff of the certification office couldn't help but exclaimed when they saw this scene, and then they felt a pity in their hearts. Will such a genius go astray? The next moment, on the long sword held by Xuan, a little soul light appeared, and the long sword seemed to have turned into a lightsaber. How is it possible? The staff member widened his eyes. It's too abnormal to comprehend the job transfer skill, soul light, of the battle soul after just killing a monster. The battle soul profession requires the professional to communicate with his own weapon, give his own spiritual will to the weapon, and let the weapon have something similar to the soul. The characteristic of this profession is the word fast. The higher the degree of fit between the professional and the weapon, the faster the weapon can be wielded. The mind is like light, and the person and the weapon are one. The color of the soul light represents the fit between the professional and the weapon. Is this the soul light? Xuan looked at the blue light on the sword and muttered, it doesn't seem to be difficult. Swoosh! The lightsaber disappeared, and another weapon appeared in Xuan's hand, which was a knife. The knife's power condensed, Xuan's legs and waist exerted force at the same time, jumped high, and then flattened the knife downwards. All the power gathered on the blade, and the power was like a mountain collapse, straight into the center of the pterosaur group. The heavy skill of the warrior was used, the mountain collapse, boom. The knife fell, and the pterosaurs were chopped to pieces. Two of them were not able to dodge and were directly chopped by the knife. The strong knife force became more terrifying. The force enters my heart. Xuan silently said, and introduced the knife force mixed with strong murderous aura into his body. His eyes gradually turned red, and a lot of blood came out of his body, like a demon bathing in blood. Let the killing force enter his heart, and use the stimulation of the killing force to enhance his own strength. If he is not careful, he may lose control and be backfired by the weapon, wandering in extremes, dancing on the tip of the knife. This is the secret of the Berserker. Certification Hall. The staff was shocked to see this scene. With just one move, he understood the Berserker's transfer skill. Heart of Madness. If it weren't for the association's requirement to strictly keep the information of all professional certifiers confidential, he would have shouted wildly. He stared at the screen excitedly. Xuan changed his weapon again, from a knife to a spear. Xuan held the spear, and was very skilled in all kinds of basic moves, such as stabbing, piercing, poking, collapsing, and picking. He swung it like a gust of wind, with 70% of his strength in each spear and 30% to receive the next move, as steady as a mountain, without a drop of water leaking out. In his hands, every spear was like art, and every move was integrated into nature. Gradually, a wonderful and invisible spear formation appeared around Xuan. It was like the domain formed by a title. Standing in this formation, the power of each of Xuan's spears could be amplified, and he was the king in the formation. He formed a formation by waving his troops and became the king by encircling the land. This is the secret of the formation warrior. It's the ultimate formation. That the staff also witnessed Xuan's art of waving his spear into a formation. He clenched his fist and looked at the communicator on the table. If Xuan can really complete the full professional certification, he has to inform the higher-ups immediately. He has worked in Longdu for many years and has seen too many talented professionals, but he has never seen anyone as evil as Xuan. Looking at Xuan again, he has taken out his fourth weapon, the heavy hammer. Standing in front of him is the Dragon Man Tower's Lord Creature, the Thunder Dragon Man, who is also in the Starry Realm and belongs to the same realm as Xuan. Kill! Xuan shouted loudly. His momentum condensed to the peak at this moment. The power of every part of his body was gathering, his pupils turned white, and the appearance of things in the world was no longer fed back to him from his eyes. All people and things lost their color, and the world became gray. In his perception, the Dragon Man with thunder and lightning all over his body was nothing more than a struggling evil ghost in hell. He could send him to the underworld with just a thought. Boom! With a hammer smashed down, the momentum of crushing the Thunder Dragon Man instantly annihilated him. Shura is a profession born from the integration of the ancient Buddhist culture. He emphasizes mind, the concept of looking at the whole world. Nothing can be seen with the eyes, but its essence, just like a god looking down on mortals, and his heart is as calm as water in normal times. In war, he must be obsessed with the devil and solve the problem from the essence, without hesitation. The mind is clear. With a thought of gods and demons, I am hell. This is the secret of Shura. Shura is also the most difficult of the 4 advanced professions of warrior transfer. Even the hell mind has been comprehended. When the staff saw this scene, they did not hesitate and immediately dialed the high-level communicator. Such a person, it is worthy of the attention of the entire Hero Association. Chapter 44, The Second Killer, by Shah. You are listening at novelfull.audio. President Bai, I am a staff member of the Professional Certification Hall, job number 8527. Explain. In the office, a gray-haired man received the communication. He is one of the 3 vice presidents of the Heroes Association, a strong man in the King's realm, King Wu and Bai Sha. The communication method for the entire Hero Association's top brass, only Wu and Wang Baisha's communication is disclosed to all employees. As long as there is a major event in the association, any employee can dial his number. President Bai, I have a professional here who is undergoing full professional certification. His talent may surprise you. I will send you a video. A video was transmitted to King Wuan's holographic communicator. It was the video of Su Xian passing through the Dragon Man Tower and using 4 weapons to learn the job transfer skills of the 4 advanced warrior professions. King Wuan's eyes, which had not fluctuated for a long time, had a strange color at this moment. Soul Light, Heart of Madness, Extreme Formation, and Hell Mind, he can switch easily. He is a good genius. King Wuan was not too surprised by Su Xian's performance. In history, there are at least 20 people who have completed their full career seriously, but the final results were disastrous. Those people spend a lot of time practicing, and then take the test when they are almost done, and then study 18 professions at the same time. They lack energy and cannot make progress throughout their lives. They are deceived by vanity and waste their talents in the best time. King Wuan saw it very clearly. Those people are not worthy of pity. Even if they have some talents, they will never become strong because of their poor character. If Su Xian was such a person, he wouldn't take a second look. After watching the video, King Wuan logged into the administrator's backend and switched to the real-time holographic image of Su Xian's secret realm. In the picture, Su Xian has arrived at the second copy, the puppet entrance. The basic monsters are dolls of major professionals. The Lord Creature is the dark puppet master. Facing the dolls of various professions, Su Xian switched to long-range weapons. The first weapon to appear was the double gun, which is the standard equipment of the roaming gunner. The roaming gunner emphasizes flexibility, and is also the most flexible output point among the 5 advanced shooter professions. It does not rely much on the protection of teammates during team battles, but can instead assist the warriors in rushing into battle. Because of the advantages of weapons, the shooter's output is already high enough, and he is more concerned about defense and how to escape when facing assassins. Most of the shooter's basic skills are also about defense: knee strike, roundhouse kick, step shot, quick gun draw, moving shot, sliding shovel. The various skills used by Su Xian were flawless and perfectly connected. Just relying on the power of ordinary double guns, the professional dolls were unable to find anything in the east, west, south, or north. The job transfer skills of the 5 basic professions do not have high requirements on character. Sagittarius only needs one kind of character, and that is calmness. Be calm when maintaining firepower output, and be able to clearly identify the targets that need to be attacked first. When being approached by an assassin, you must remain calm. Use the best way to escape as soon as possible, and find a safe exit point. The shooter was confused and his firepower was half weak. This sentence is not a joke. King Wuan looked at Su Xian in the secret realm, his expression changing little by little. After understanding the roaming gunner's job change skill flower shooting, Su Xian switched to the cannon form, corresponding to the professional gunner, and launched another show of chaos and firepower bombardment. Next is the mechanic, which tests the placement timing of mechanical traps and mechanical assistance. It is considered a more auxiliary profession. Then there is the ammunition division, another firepower profession. Finally, there is the precision archer, the most difficult profession among archers and the first derived advanced archer profession. It is less dependent on weapons and has higher requirements for its own realm. Theoretically, gunners, ammunition engineers, and mechanics are all professions that can kill at different levels. As long as the weapons are good enough, the possibilities are endless, but if the realm cannot keep up, you may be killed by the enemy as soon as you enter the attack range, and your movement speed and reaction speed will completely lag behind. After all, King Wuan is a powerful king, one of the best in the world, and he knows a lot about every profession. His eyes were so vicious, Su Xian's performance surprised him. This kid doesn't seem to have practiced in advance. He seemed very unfamiliar at first, but he became proficient in it in a very short period of time. His understanding is terrifyingly high. If this kid really has an astonishing understanding, he must not be allowed to embark on a full professional path. King Wuan was moved to cherish talents. The path to both careers is already difficult. All professionalism will definitely destroy a genius. Unless the gods come in person and the chaos is unified, no one can reach the end of the all-professional path. Whoosh. The next second, King Wuan disappeared from the office, appears again and has arrived at the professional certification hall. At this time, the staff member was still watching Su Xian break through the barrier with great interest. It should be said that he was admiring Su Xian. For the first time, he realized that the gap between people can be so big. Well done. Just then, a voice came from behind. The staff member was so frightened that he jumped up from his stool, looked behind him in fear, and forced out a smile that was uglier than crying. 8527 has seen King Wuan. King Wuan stroked his beard and smiled. Am I that scary? 8527 lowered his head and did not dare to speak, just complaining in my heart. You, King Baisha of Wuan, are known as the second human slaughterer and have killed countless people. The rebels are frightened by your name, and even the creatures in the game continent are afraid of you. How can I not be afraid? A generation of killing gods, after retiring from the battlefield, actually came to manage the logistics of the association, which really made him puzzled. In the secret realm, Su Xian had already comprehended the transfer skills of the 5 advanced shooter professions. Arrived at the lord level, Su Xian put away his guns and put on his gloves, and began to show his fighting skills. Most of the skills Su Xian had never practiced once, he had only seen them. As the saying goes, chaos returns to 1. These basic skills, he only needs to see them once. Sanda, Judo, Qigong Master. The transfer skills of the 3 advanced fighter professions were quickly comprehended by Su Xian. At this time, only the last magic profession was left: Battle Mage, Blood Mage, Summoner, Dimension Walker, Healer. Among them, the Battle Mage is similar to the Roaming Gunner, a melee output, known for its flexibility, but the physical requirements are higher, and it must be very close to the laws of heaven and earth. The extremely fast chanting speed is the biggest feature of the Battle Mage. King Wuan could hardly see Su Xian's seals and chants, as if he could throw out several skills with a wave of his hand. Not only that, Su Xian played the magic profession in a variety of ways. The staff floated behind him, and the blood seal on his left hand condensed, which was the blood spell of the Blood Mage. The right hand held the power of blessing, and madly stacked the aura of gain. Seeing that the monster was about to die, he backhanded a life blessing to heal it. Walking between the void and reality, low-level summoned beasts jumped out of the sky without money. The 5 major magic professions were actually used by Su Xian at the same time. Even if they were just basic skills, it was enough to shock King Wuan. At least when he was in the Starry Realm, he would never be able to do this step. Of Su Xian, at this moment, King Wuan completely determined his inner thoughts. No matter what, he could not let Su Xian embark on the path of all professions. Never let a genius of a generation go astray. Chapter 45, 8,000 times return, 10,000 Thunder Prison leads. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Professional Su Xian, congratulations on completing the Advanced Professional Certification. Your profession is Advanced Professional of all occupations. The electronic broadcast confirmed. Su Xian walked out of the secret realm. As soon as he stepped out of the secret realm, a strong murderous aura hit him. Looking forward, a gray-haired old man sitting not far away was looking at him with a smile. The murderous aura was not directed at him, it was that the murderous aura on the old man was too strong, like a killing god walking out of the abyss. Just a little overflow of breath was terrifying enough. Su Xian greets the senior. Su Xian clasped his fists to show etiquette. Good boy, come here. Wuan Wang waved and pointed to the seat beside him. Sit down. Su Xian was not vague either. He sat down calmly beside the old man and asked with a smile, "Senior, are you waiting for me?" "Yes." Wuan Wang said, "I came here to make you give up the idea of practicing all professions, choose a path carefully, and don't ruin your bright future." Su Xian smiled, "Practicing all professions may not be a bright future." Wuan Wang's eyes condensed, "Young people should not be too arrogant." Su Xian looked at him directly, smiling, "If you are not arrogant, you are not a young man." Wuan Wang's face suddenly turned cold, and the murderous aura on his body almost turned into substance. The sense of oppression came from all directions. "Su Xian, do you know who I am?" "The second butcher, Wuan Wang Baisha." Su Xian replied calmly. "Aren't you afraid of me?" Wuan Wang stared, the smile on Su Xian's face became stronger. "Senior is one of the guardians of Dragon Country. He slaughtered the rebels and killed monsters from other worlds. Why should I be afraid? Besides, Senior is kind-hearted. But I am sometimes stubborn. I am afraid I can't obey Senior's wishes. Thank you for your concern." The two looked at each other. From Su Xian's eyes, King Wuan saw his determination. He knew that he could not change the young man's mind. What a pity. King Wuan sighed and disappeared on the spot. He would not waste his words on things that have already ended. Looking back to ancient and modern times, there are countless geniuses. Who is King Wuan? He was once a figure who amazed an era. Although Su Xian deserves his respect, he is not so bad that he would beg him to change his mind. If we can meet again one day, Senior may change his mind today. Su Xian shouted with his fist in the air. King Wuan did not respond. Su Xian did not care. King Wuan was indeed kind-hearted, but there were some things that only he knew. He must go on the road of all professions. "Mr. Su, this is your professional badge." When King Wuan left, the staff brought a badge with 18 patterns on it, representing 18 common high-level professions. "Thank you." Su Xian nodded slightly and put the badge in his pocket. He didn't care about the false reputation of all professions. He came to the certification mainly to get 18 sets of matching professional skills. When he walked out of the Hero Association, it was already 10 o'clock in the evening. Su Xian was preparing to return to Longdu Academy. The system prompt suddenly sounded in his mind. "Ding, your disciple Xianyuan Qingqing has comprehended the secret of the electrotherapy method and created a sun-level monster. Congratulations on triggering the 8,000-fold return and obtaining the Marquis-level secret technique Wanlei Tianlayan." Su Xian was delighted, and the third brother finally started to exert his strength. He walked quickly to Longdu Academy and went straight to Xianyuan Qingqing's alchemy laboratory. Roar! Roar! Bursts of monster roars came from the laboratory. When he walked in, he saw a monster chasing Xianyuan Qingqing, who had messy hair and a dirty face. He once again understood the madness of the third disciple as an alchemist. He was really experimenting with his life. Su Xian was about to help his disciple out. Xianyuan Qingqing suddenly roared, injected an unknown potion into her body, and then used the electric therapy method to treat herself a few times. Her breath began to rise. She actually stepped from the Silver Moon realm to the Sun realm. Su Xian. Isn't the third disciple a little too tough? After the originally pretty girl was injected with the potion, muscles suddenly burst out on her hands, and her thighs became thick, but fortunately her face was still normal. Bang! She raised her hand and punched the monster's head. The monster fell to the ground. The girl rushed forward, knelt on the monster, and beat it madly, with lightning flashing on her hands, shouting, "I told you not to be disobedient, I told you not to be disobedient, I will electrocute you to death." 5 minutes later, the monster was silent. Xianyuan Qingqing also turned back into a pretty girl. Ahem. Su Xian coughed lightly. Old teacher. Xianyuan Qingqing only noticed Su Xian at this time, and her face flushed. Wasn't the teacher seeing everything about her just now? Too embarrassing. You've learned well, keep working hard. Su Xian tried to hold back his laughter. Come here, I have something good to give you. Xianyuan Qingqing ran over immediately, not caring about her image. On her face covered with alchemical dirt, only her big eyes, which were blinking, were still bright. she suddenly remembered something, ran back to the lab table, brought a homemade gift box, and said with a smile, "Teacher, I also have a gift for you." "That's thoughtful." Xuan took the gift box, but did not open it in front of him. Instead, he took out the gift he wanted to give to Xianyuan Qingqing. Intermediate Pet Scroll. High-level combat doll blind box. Xianyuan Qingqing was stunned for a moment, and then fell into Su Xian's arms, and the dirt on her face rubbed all over Su Xian's black clothes. "Woo woo woo, it's so happy to be your disciple." "Ding, you gave your disciple Xianyuan Qingqing an intermediate pet scroll. Congratulations on triggering a 2000-fold critical return, you got 2 high-level pet scrolls." "Ding, you gave your disciple Xianyuan Qingqing 2 high-level combat doll blind boxes. Congratulations on triggering a 10-fold critical return, you got 20 high-level combat doll blind boxes." The system prompt sounded, "Blind box returns blind box." Su Xian had to sigh that the system really knows how to play, and it returns his happiness of 10 times the lottery. "Teacher, can you help me activate the scroll?" Xianyuan Qingqing looked at Su Xian and licked her lips. "Sometimes I lack experimental subjects when doing experiments. The spirit pet scroll perfectly solves my problem." Su Xian. He had to remind her, "Qingqing, don't mess around. The spirit pet is bound to the owner. If the spirit pet has an accident, you may also be seriously injured." Xianyuan Qingqing replied seriously, "It's okay. I can use myself for the experiment first." Su Xian was speechless. "That's right, as an alchemist who can use himself as an experimental subject, the spirit pet will suffer a little, but this doesn't mean that Xianyuan Qingqing's ability can be completely denied." For a long time, Xianyuan Qingqing has never had a major alchemy accident, proving that her experiments are all conducted with greater confidence, and may even bring some unexpected results. Xianyuan Qingqing bit her finger and squeezed out a drop of blood that fell on the scroll. Su Xian began to guide. His mind seemed to have entered a wonderful world, where countless streams of light intertwined and flew, some fast, some slow. The orange one flew the fastest. The white one flew the slowest. Su Xian wanted to guide his disciples to catch the orange streamer, but Xianyuan Qingqing couldn't keep up with the guidance and finally caught the purple streamer of the next level. The scroll slowly burned out. In front of them, a space vortex appeared, and the purple streamer rushed out of the vortex and finally fell into Xianyuan Qingqing's arms. It was unclear what kind it was. The little thing was white and fat. There was a green veil on its head. Its hands and feet were like whiskers, and there was a strange fragrance all over its body. It turned out to be a rare plant-type spirit pet. Window_Tabula equals window_Tabula_Tabula. Push, mode, thumbs, feed, 01, container, Tabula below article feed, placement, below article feed, target_type, mix. Chapter 46 Chaos Body Prototype Evolution, Poison Immune. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This is. Looking at the white and fat plant-type spirit pet in her arms, Xianyuan Qingqing couldn't recognize it for a moment. Su Xian also fell into deep thought. He hadn't seen this species either. Judging from its appearance, the little thing should be a ginseng, and it seemed to be very nourishing. "Check it out." Xianyuan Qingqing took the communicator and took a photo of the confused little ginseng, but still couldn't identify it. Even the Sky Eye Encyclopedia couldn't identify it. Prove that this little ginseng appeared on Blue Star for the first time. From the breath emitted by the little ginseng, it can be judged that this thing should be a prosperous star, but it is impossible to judge its growth limit. And the little guy doesn't seem to have much combat power. It is obviously a prosperous star. But it looks like a bronze. Su Xian sighed. Since it has no combat power, it can only be treated as a tonic. He just finished speaking. The little ginseng made a strange cry, separated a small piece of ginseng from its body and handed it to Su Xian, and handed another piece to Xianyuan Qingqing. "It smells so good." The two swallowed it. The ginseng melted in the mouth, turning into a warm current flowing through the body, making people feel refreshed. Exhaustion swept away, and blood and qi were slowly recovering. "Is this guy really a tonic?" Xianyuan Qingqing didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Su Xian also had a weird look on his face. "Just treat this little ginseng as a regenerative life potion. You will follow me from now on. Xianyuan Qingqing patted the little ginseng. From now on, you are the exclusive tonic for me and the teacher, do you understand? That the little ginseng made a babbling sound, seeming a little aggrieved. The protest was invalid. Xianyuan Qingqing waved her hand, put the little ginseng into the spirit pet space, and took out the 2 high-level combat doll blind boxes, but the luck was not good. The 2 blind boxes were opened, and they were just multi-star combat dolls, completely useless. Alas, blind boxes are really IQ taxes. Xianyuan Qingqing complained dissatisfiedly. Su Xian smiled and said nothing. If all his 20 blind boxes were star-level dolls, he would have cursed the hero mall for making dirty money. If good things came out, just pretend he didn't say anything. The teacher has something else to give you. Su Xian took out a potion. Drink it. This was the marrow cleansing potion he got last time. After giving it to Xiaoli and Zhangmu, there was still some left. The eldest and the second had it, so the third naturally couldn't be treated badly. Gurgle. Xianyuan Qingqing drank it in one gulp. Teacher, what is this? It doesn't taste good. Marrow cleansing potion. Su Xian said lightly, the kind with the highest purity. Don't bluff. Xianyuan Qingqing didn't believe it. Before she finished speaking, she felt an itch in her body, as if something was about to burst out of her body. She tore off her lab coat and ran to the bathroom. After a while, a sound of pain mixed with comfort came from the room. Su Xian waited quietly outside. He looked at the gift given to him by his third apprentice and opened it. Inside were rows of colorful potions with labels written by Xianyuan Qingqing. They should all be alchemy potions made by Xianyuan Qingqing. He picked up one at random, and the name was, Hair Growth Potions. Su Xian touched his head. The third brother was too considerate, preparing for his old age now. He took out another potion. The name was Revitalize the Tiger and Wolf Potions. Su Xian. Does he look like he needs this thing? He looked at other potions, all with strange names, such as, Running to the Sky in Both Directions, Can't See Me He He He. Su Xian deeply realized that this was another abnormal disciple, but after all, it was a disciple's heart, so Su Xian still put it in the storage ring. There was no other meaning, just didn't want to hurt the disciple's kindness. A few hours later, Xianyuan Qingqing walked out of the bathroom. The girl who washed away the dirt regained her beauty, looked more lively, and her skin became much whiter. If she doesn't speak, and doesn't look at her figure, she is indeed a beautiful girl. The eye of the divine mentor opens, and the data emerges. Root bone value, 110. Comprehension value, 130. Mind value, 91. The root bone value has increased by 10 points, the comprehension value has increased by 7 points, and the mind value has not increased. The effect of washing the marrow and cutting the bones is much worse than that of Zhangmu and Xiaoli. It should be that Xianyuan Qingqing has already washed the marrow and cut the bones, which also means that her talent limit is a bit lower than that of a genius like Li Xiaoli. However, Xianyuan Qingqing is not good at fighting, so this effect is considered good. 10 points may seem small, but if you want to achieve such an effect through food and medicine, it will take at least 5 years. Ding, you helped your disciple Xianyuan Qingqing complete the marrow and cutting of the bones. Congratulations on triggering the 2000 times critical strike return, and your Chaos Body prototype has evolved. Chaos Body Prototype Evolution Degree, 2%. During this evolution, you have gained the poison immunity effect. Evolution. Poison immunity. Su Xian was delighted. It turned out that the return could help the Chaos Body evolve, but the speed of evolution was too slow. The return of 2000 times only evolved 2%, the remaining marrow cleansing potion could only be used for him 3 more times. Even if the return was 10,000 times each time, it could only evolve 30%. It was too difficult. Teacher, did you really use the purest marrow cleansing potion for me? Xianyuan Qingqing couldn't believe it. If you do this, I can't repay you even if I give you all my father's pension. Su Xian said calmly, as long as my disciples have it, Zhangmu has it, Xiaoli has it, and you won't be missing out either, so don't feel any psychological burden, not to mention the return. Your more practice is the best way to repay me. Thank you, teacher, I will definitely work hard. Xianyuan Qingqing also knew that she couldn't repay this favor now, so she must listen to the teacher and practice hard. She couldn't embarrass the teacher, she wanted to become the most powerful alchemist in the two worlds and bring honor to the teacher. Su Xian nodded. Electrotherapy is the most basic silver-level secret technique, and it fits you very well. You must practice it to perfection as soon as possible, and then I will teach you a more powerful secret technique. More powerful? Xianyuan Qingqing's eyes lit up, and she was looking forward to it. When you have perfected the electrotherapy method, come back to me. You need to learn more from your senior brother in practice. Su Xian gave a few instructions. Master is tired, you should also go to bed early. Su Xian felt that after Xianyuan Qingqing fully comprehended the electrotherapy method, the system should give a large return reward. Window, _tabula equals window, _tabula, push, mode, thumbs, feed, 01, container, tabula below article feed, placement, below article feed, target _type, mix. Chapter 47 Cute Elves and Fine Wine. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It takes half a month to upgrade the 1000 Chance Umbrella. During this period, Su Xian has been staying at Longdu Academy, vigorously discussing the 8th set of national basic physical skills with Xianyuan. Occasionally, I teach Zhangmu Dawei Tianlong and share my experience of electrotherapy with Xianyuan Qingqing. Another auspicious day was chosen. Su Xian took out the 20 high-level combat doll blind boxes and opened them one by one. The first one is white with stars, the second one is green, silver moon level, the third one is white with stars, the fourth, blue, sun level, the 15th, purple, Tianhe level, the 16th, purple, Tianhe level. Open 2 Tianhe class dolls in a row and earn back your money. According to the price of the Hero Mall, you may not be able to get 50,000 contribution points for a Tianhe class battle doll. The 2 Tianhe level battle dolls undoubtedly help Su Xian tremendously. It's a pity that the highest level of battle dolls is only Tianhe level. No puppet master can create a feudal level battle doll. The feudal realm is the first big threshold that all professionals have to face. Even in a place like Longdu Academy where geniuses gather, only a handful of people can overcome the hurdle. When recruiting students, everyone looks like a prince. In the end, there were only a few who could actually be granted the title of marquis. What Su Xian lacks is the means to fight against the feudal princes. Only the jade pendant given to him by Shui Yueho can help him play some role in the normal duel between the feudal princes. Foreign objects that can interfere with the feudal realm are too rare. All 20 doll blind boxes have been opened. In the end, 3 Tianhe level dolls, 4 Yari level dolls, 6 Silver Moon level dolls, and 7 Fanqing level dolls were obtained. According to the probability in the Hero Mall, this harvest is already a lucky number. Su Xian still has 2 high-level spiritual pet scrolls in his hand, but he has not used them now. The chance of finding good things at his current level is too low. When the realm reaches a higher level, there will be more opportunities to capture spiritual pets with high growth limits. The 13th day of waiting for the 1000 Chance Umbrella to be upgraded, Su Xian received a communication from the elf saint Atana. Atana invited Su Xian to be a guest at the Red Moon Tavern. Su Xian was bored, so Su Xian agreed to Atana's invitation. He still remains curious about the elves. Compared to Atana, Su Xian was more curious about the proprietress of the Red Moon Tavern. How much ability does that person have to make Red Moon Tavern spread all over the world? The dual rank system he developed has been recognized all over the world. Come to the tavern. At first glance, Longdu Red Moon Tavern is very large, at least 1/3 the size of Longdu Academy, but it still only has 1 floor on the ground. In the center of Longdu, where there are many high-rise buildings, the Red Moon Tavern is unique and looks very strange. It also shows the strong financial resources of the Red Moon Tavern from the side. Atana had been waiting for Su Xian outside the tavern early. The elves usually dress coolly, and especially like leaf-decorated clothes, but today Atana deliberately dressed up, wearing a red cheongsam, and also learned to put on makeup. Su Xian, here. Seeing Su Xian, Atana waved happily. She did not hide her admiration for Su Xian at all. Her eyes were shining like stars, falling on Su Xian, always the same. When Su Xian looked at her, she was not ashamed either. Instead, he looked into Su Xian's eyes more enthusiastically. Su Xian, do I look good today? Atana asked expectantly. Su Xian wanted to laugh a little. Atana's facial features are very beautiful, pure and soft, and her ethereal aura that is close to nature is not comparable to that of ordinary women. She is as airy as a fairy, but she is not lacking in agility. The makeup obscured her natural beauty. The clumsy makeup technique made the beautiful little face very uneven and looked a bit funny. It looks like a beginner at first glance. It doesn't look good. Su Xian seriously expressed his thoughts. Okay. Atana responded in despair. She saw that human women would decorate their faces with these things to make them look more charming, so she followed suit, but Su Xian didn't seem to like it. That's okay too, Atana comforted herself in her heart. At least Su Xian was sincere to her, unlike some hypocritical people who always praised her for her beauty. Such sincere Su Xian seemed to attract her even more. Let's go in. After thinking about it clearly, Atana felt much better and pulled Su Xian into the tavern. The two of them walked along the corridor of the tavern to the innermost private room, pushed the door open, the tables and stools made of wooden pillars come into view, and various plant decorations decorate the room. There is also a bed made of oversized leaves at the very end. Su Xian. The moment he saw the bed, he panicked for a moment. He could understand the enthusiasm of the elves, but what the hell is a table full of fine wine and a big bed of leaves? Calm, Su Xian told himself that this should just be the custom of the elves. Please take a seat. Atana very obediently brought a stool to Su Xian, invited him to sit down, then sat next to her, poured a glass of wine for Su Xian, and introduced. This is a newly developed wine by our elves. It's called One Eye for 10,000 Years. Try it. Su Xian took a sip. The taste is mellow, and the alcohol stimulates the taste buds and dances on the tongue. After entering the throat, the aftertaste is full of heaviness, which is unforgettable. Although I have never drunk it before, it feels like I have drunk it a long time ago. It is a strange sense of familiarity. I have to admit that the winemaking technology of the elves is unique in the two worlds. The main reason is that the water of the elves is good, especially the fine wine mixed with the fountain of life, which is a fine product sought after by countless people. How is it? Atana tilted her head, supported her chin with her right hand, stared at Su Xian, and asked expectantly. It tastes good. Su Xian said. Then drink this. After receiving Su Xian's praise, Atana was as happy as a child, and poured another kind of wine for Su Xian. It's called Longing for Autumn Water. Su Xian took a sip and smiled. It tastes good too. And this. Atana poured a third kind of wine. It's called The Soul of Holding You. Atana didn't drink it either, just looked at Su Xian, with stars in her eyes, smelling the faint aroma of wine. She was already intoxicated and satisfied. If Su Xian is interested, she would sing elven songs that Su Xian couldn't understand with her ethereal voice and dance for Su Xian. Su Xian's face turned slightly red only when the wine on the table was almost finished. Atana picked up the last bottle of wine. This time, she finally poured herself some. It's called Holy Moonlight. You should have heard of it. Holy Moonlight. In the entire Blue Star, anyone who knows a little about the Red Moon Tavern knows that Holy Moonlight is the most precious wine in the Red Moon Tavern and is extremely rare. Rumor has it that it is brewed by the proprietress of the Red Moon Tavern herself, and only one bottle is produced in 5 years. It is not only wine, but also a spiritual medicine. Its value is high, no less than the purest marrow-cleansing potion. Holy Moonlight has an effect, and those who drink it will become very close to the elements of heaven and earth. This wine, Su Xian can't afford it. He really didn't expect that Atana would even take out the Holy Moonlight. Atana, take it back. Su Xian rejected Atana's kindness. He could take the wine in front as a thank you gift for saving the elves on the spaceship, but it was Lucas who killed the three-headed fire dragon after all, and he was unworthy of the sacred moonlight. No. Atana shook her head. Su Xian, you must drink. Because this may be the last time we meet. In a few days, I will go to Dinghai King's city and go back through the World Channel. Perhaps, I will never come back. Chapter 48 World Boss Attack. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Go back. Su Xian was stunned, and Atana's words suddenly made the atmosphere very heavy. You want to go back to the game world? Atana nodded slightly. You call it the game world, we call it lowland. My hometown, the holy land of the elves, and the eternal forest are there. Because there have been some changes within the elves recently, I must return to the eternal forest to complete my mission. The world passages that appeared in the early years have been controlled by the main war faction of Luolan Star, and the newly born world passage is relatively chaotic. That is my only chance to escape the vision of the main war faction and go back. I see. Xuan understood. No wonder Atana made it so grand today and even dressed up deliberately. He couldn't ask too much about the internal affairs of the elves, let alone prevent Atana from going back. Everyone has his own destiny, the same goes for elves. Drink it. The sacred moonlight is my last gift to you. Atana said in an almost pleading tone. Good. Xuan drank the sacred moonlight wine in one gulp. Sacred moonlight may be a rarity to other people and elves, but he already has the prototype of the chaos body, and the sacred moonlight is just the icing on the cake for him and does not have much effect. I'll give you a gift too. After receiving the gift, Xuan naturally wanted to return the gift. He took out a jade bottle from the storage space and quietly dropped 3 drops of blood into it. His blood should be more effective than sacred moonlight. Not only is it close to the elements, but it can also detoxify. For you. Xuan did not tell Yatana that the bottle contained blood, only that it was an antidote he developed. Atana carefully put away the gift Xuan gave her and said, Xuan, I really hope to see you again. I will never forget you. I'll definitely see you again. Xuan sighed inwardly. Atana is indeed very good, she dares to express herself, is simple-minded, knows etiquette, knows how to advance and retreat, and is a little cute. However, that's as far as it goes. Originally, Xuan wanted to say that he was also going to Dinghai King City, and maybe he could send Atana off for the last time. After thinking about it, the elves should have been prepared. So there was no need for him to take extra steps. If there is fate, we will meet again. Xuan's focus is not on these things. Becoming a strong believer and living in peace and retirement are his first goals. The two said goodbye, hugged each other gently and separate. As soon as he left the Red Moon Tavern, Xuan received a message from Xuan Dali. Brother Su, are you going back to Dinghaiwang City in a few days? Well, what's wrong? Xuan was confused in his heart. Just now Atana told him that the world passage in Dinghai King City was about to be opened, and now Xuan called vigorously and urgently. It seems that something big has happened in Dinghai King City recently. You come back first, and we'll talk about it later. Xuan Dali said. Good. Xuan looked solemn and walked quickly to the school. Seeing Xuan Dali, the latter immediately pulled him into the training room, locked the door and turned on the defense mode. What happened? That made Brother Xuan so cautious. Xuan asked. The Sky Eye system has recently given out detection data. The world passage near Dinghai King City should be opened in the near future, 7 days at the latest, and maybe tomorrow at the earliest. Xuan Dali said, and I also heard that there are 4 feudal-level monsters over there who want to take this opportunity to sneak into Blue Star. 4 heads. Xuan asked in shock, why are these monsters so crazy? Brother Xuan, how did you get this news? Xuan Dali smiled, do you think there are rebels only on Blue Star? There are also many monsters in the game world who are instigated by us. It depends on who does the spy work well. That's it. Xuan almost forgot that the unity of the game world with many races is far less than that of the Blue Star world. Relatively speaking, it is easier to instigate rebellion. The 4 feudal-level monsters are a tough battle. The invasion of monsters known as lords or kings also has another name in the Blue Star world. It's called World Boss Battle. It's a title carried over from previous games. Every time a large or super large world passage is opened, people from the 2 worlds will send teams into it to compete for the resources in the passage. The world passage is generated by the fusion of world fragments from the 2 worlds. At the beginning of birth, there will be many heavenly and earthly treasures accompanying it. If you are lucky, you can pick up some treasures that can change your bones and improve your understanding, which may change your life. People always harbor unrealistic fantasies. In the old era, people dreamed of getting rich overnight, while in the new era, they aspire to soar into the sky. This is also the reason why many people are still keen to participate in the world boss battle, although it is dangerous. After the competition for resources is over, the battle between invasion and counter-invasion begins. Overall, Blue Star loses more and wins less. Even if the creatures in the game world invade only the main combatant faction, it is currently more powerful than Blue Star. Of course, the other party's feudal lords and kings did not dare to walk through the passage at will and descend on Blue Star. Once they come out of the passage, they will not only face a lot of attacks from kings and princes, but also the god-killing weapon, developed by Blue Star technology specifically for the powerful in the game world. Brother Su, do you want to return to Dinghuang City? Xianyuan Dali said, if you go back now, you will definitely be asked to participate in the world boss battle. I always feel that the actions of the monsters this time are not simple, and there may be a big crisis. Of course I have to go back. Su Xian smiled and said, it just so happens that I also want to see what the world boss battle is like. I have seen it in the small town and the capital, but I have never seen what it is like inside the world channel. Xianyuan strongly advised, the world boss is not a small fight like a monster attacking a city. The battle is mixed, from the top to the stars. When competing for resources, there may even be a situation where the human race kills each other. You have enough resources for cultivation, so there is no need to fight so hard. It depends on fate. Su Xian didn't want to go, but if it was his turn, he would not be vague. Sooner or later, a war will break out between the two worlds. It may not be a bad thing to adapt to the cruelty of war in advance. It's a pity that my eldest disciple and second disciple can't go. If the third disciple can work hard, maybe he will have a chance to break through from the Starry Realm to the Silver Moon Realm this time. Alas, since Brother Su is determined to go, there is no point in persuading him. Xianyuan Dali patted Su Xian's shoulder, I will wait for you to come back in Longdu and drink together. If you die, I will let all primary and secondary school students in the country know that it was you, Su Xian, who created the Eaglet Takeoff. Let them draw a circle and curse you every day. Su Xian, can you not be so cruel? Xianyuan Dali laughed, the acquired 1000 chance umbrella will be upgraded and completed, and it will be of great help to you at that time. To be honest, I am looking forward to you, Brother Su, breaking the record and becoming the first full professional person in history to break through to the Silver Moon Realm. Chapter 49, Tianji Umbrella, 1 is better than 10. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Teacher, the upgrade of the 1000 chance umbrella is complete. As soon as the half-month time came, Xianyuan Qingqing delivered the 1000 chance umbrella upgraded to epic quality to Su Xian on time. The upgraded 1000 chance umbrella is bronze in color. There is a deep and long purple pattern on the umbrella handle, emitting a faint purple light, which means that the upgraded 1000 chance umbrella is also a top quality one even among the epic quality ones. This 1000 chance umbrella will accompany me in battles for a long time in the future. Thank you, Brother Xianyuan. Su Xian clasped his fists in thanks. From the rare quality to the epic top quality, Xianyuan Dali must have spent a lot of favors. Details reveal a person's background. Although it was a deal agreed in advance, Xianyuan Dali also did his best to do it, and never thought of taking advantage of Su Xian. He is a friend worth making friends with. Brother Su, you're welcome. Xianyuan Dali laughed heartily and patted Su Xian on the shoulder. Come to Longdu again when you have time. Sure. Teacher, let's go. Xianyuan Qingqing looked like he was going to travel the world. Wait. Xianyuan Dali said in surprise, Brother Su is going to Dinghai King City. Why are you joining in the fun? I'm going too. Isn't it normal for a disciple to train with a teacher? Xianyuan Qingqing pouted. In fact, she wanted to go to the World Channel to pick up alchemical materials. Nowadays, the number of large world channels is getting less and less. This is a rare opportunity. Nonsense. You are not allowed to go. Xianyuan Dali glared, the world channel is too dangerous. With the teacher here, don't panic. Xianyuan Qingqing said righteously. Xianyuan Dali was speechless. He wanted to say that your teacher is only in the Starry Realm. After thinking about it carefully, this Starry Realm seems a little different. Below the marquee, he cuts melons and vegetables, he has a lot of treasures on him. If he can't fight, he can crush him with equipment. Okay, Dad, don't worry, your daughter is not as naive as you. Xianyuan Qingqing comforted, I will be careful when I get there, and I will follow the teacher's arrangements. I will do whatever the teacher tells me to do, and I will never refute a word. Xianyuan Dali sighed, I wish you were half as filial to me as you are to your teacher. Don't insult me in front of the teacher. Xianyuan Qingqing snorted. The three of them walked all the way with a stupid wooden man. Arrived at Longdu Airport, Xianyuan Dali sent the three of them to the spaceship bound for Dinghai King City. Dinghai King City is about to be in trouble. Recently, fewer and fewer people go to Dinghai King City. The spaceship is empty, and few people can be seen standing on the deck. Teacher, do you know the rules of the World Boss Battle? Xianyuan Qingqing and Su Xian were chatting on the deck, while Zhang Mu was practicing hard in the cabin alone, not wasting a minute. Su Xian nodded, I know a little bit. Xianyuan Qingqing said, my father took me to the World Channel near Longdu once, let me tell you about it. The battle for the world boss has strict tactical regulations, and the teams from the two worlds do not start fighting to the death as soon as they enter the channel. The large world channel is thousands of miles long, comparable to a city. After entering the channel, the large forces of the two worlds will give priority to seizing the core strongholds, and the scattered small strongholds will require small teams to occupy and build fortifications. The Blue Star Security Federation has developed a crystal that can absorb the chaotic energy in the world channel at a specific location and convert it into after it is transformed, it is fired out with superpower. Each defense crystal can provide super firepower, which is the key to victory. The big army should be the official team, right? Su Xian said, if we civilian professionals participate, the task is to occupy those small strongholds. Yes. Xianyuan Qingqing nodded. In terms of team configuration, our Blue Star is a team of 5 professionals, and the game world is a team of 7 monsters. Su Xian sighed, our current weakness is still very obvious. If it weren't for the shock of the god-killing martial arts, the situation would probably be worse. The Blue Star world relies entirely on practice and technology. The game world pays attention to blood inheritance. Some races are not only strong in combat power, but also very fertile. They have 1 litter in their lifetime, and there are also races in the game world that are good at technology. In the Blue Star world, those who give birth to 1 litter at a time can only be used as food. Now that Blue Star has opened 5 births, it encourages more births and more raising, but in terms of reproduction, it is still far behind the game world. Especially the gap in low-end combat power is almost impossible to make up. There is only one way for Blue Star to counterattack, that is to cultivate more top-notch masters and narrow the gap with the game world in cutting-edge power. Teacher, do you have friends in Dinghai King City? If you want to go, let's form a team and try to balance the professions as much as possible. Friends? Su Xian thought for a moment. I only know your junior sister and your junior sister's mother in the King City. Then we can only form a temporary team. Xianyuan Qingqing smiled and said, it's okay, anyway, you are a full professional teacher, it's easy to form a team. Su Xian nodded, the main reason for entering the World Channel is to help you experience. When the time comes, I will hunt monsters and you will come to finish the knife. Do you understand? Xianyuan Qingqing was shocked. Teacher, I am so old, you still feed me food, aren't you spoiling me too much? Your senior brother also came this way. Su Xian said, it's a pity that your second senior sister from elementary school works part-time. Her ability to kill monsters is too weak, which really makes me worry about it. Xianyuan Qingqing. Obviously a very happy thing, why do I always feel a little strange? 4 hours later, the spaceship arrived at Dinghai Wangqing Airport. Outside the airport, a little girl poked her head out, looking around, her black eyes quickly scanning the crowd passing by the airport. Finally, her eyes locked on a handsome face. Teacher, senior brother Mu. Swish. The moment she saw Su Xian, Li Xiaoli ran wildly, leaped, landed accurately, and pounced into Su Xian's arms like an octopus. Teacher, you finally came to see me. Li Xiaoli's eyes smiled into crescents. I have been practicing hard recently, and I am now at the peak of the bronze realm. So good, Su Xian praised, and his hands were not idle, and he took the second one off his body. The return of the bronze realm is just a drop in the bucket for him. Xiaoli is a potential stock, and now it is in the growth stage, and it is far from the time to harvest. Let me introduce you. This is my new disciple, and also your junior sister. Su Xian smiled and said, Qingqing, this is your second senior sister, Li Xiaoli. Looking at Li Xiaoli, who was barely as tall as her waist, Xianyuan Qingqing couldn't call her out. She was cute, but it was impossible to call her senior sister. Hello, junior sister Qingqing. Li Xiaoli took the initiative to greet her, looking up, and her smile became brighter. Okay, ha, ha ha. Xianyuan Qingqing laughed awkwardly twice. Xiaoli, are you here alone? Su Xian asked. And the housekeeper? Xiaoli pointed to a middle-aged man in a white shirt and black pants standing not far away. This housekeeper was not the one from Qingzhou City, and his strength was much stronger, having reached the Tianhe realm. Where is your mother? Su Xian remembered the jade pendant that Xueyueho gave him, and the content of the letter, saying I will pay back the favors I owe you later. When did Xueyueho owe me a favor again? When will the return of favors end? Chapter 50 He is a super nanny. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After my mother took me back to the royal city that day, she went to carry out the mission. Li Xiaoli pouted and said, I don't know when my mother will be able to come back. Su Xian frowned slightly, the world channel has not yet been opened. What mission did Xueyueho go to carry out? He actually left Xiaoli alone at home and didn't come back for more than a month. Combining the recent changes of the elves and the news that Xianyuan Dali told him, things are definitely not as simple as they seem. Under the leadership of Li Xiaoli, the master and apprentice came to Xueyueho's mansion and stayed temporarily. Zhang Mu went to Dinghai University to report alone. Teacher, do you need me to go to the union to find a team? Xianyuan Qingqing didn't dare to be as leisurely as Su Xian, especially after entering Dinghai Royal City. She felt even more depressed, and always felt that the outbreak of the war was just around the corner. Okay. Su Xian didn't have any requirements for his teammates, just don't cause trouble for him. Taking advantage of his free time, he just happened to teach Xiaoli the Chaotic Cloak Hammer Method. Teaching Xiaoli is much easier than teaching Zhangmu, and most of the time he can get it right at a glance. Xiaoli, come here. Su Xian took out a shield. Let me see how much your hammering has improved. Teacher, be careful. Li Xiaoli took out the sledgehammer that was taller than her, gathered her strength, exerted force from her waist, and smashed it down. Hammer. 80. The hammer head landed on the shield with a clang, and the shield vibrated. The power was transmitted to Su Xian's arm, which actually made him feel a slight numbness. It seems that Li Xiaoli's understanding of Hammer 80 is close to perfection. Come again. Su Xian smiled. Li Xiaoli nodded, and this time he used his body rotation to drive the sledgehammer and smashed it at Su Xian from the side. The power of this hammer was weaker than the previous one. After all, it was just the beginning of the chaotic cloak hammering method. Xiaoli was very comprehensible and knew how to use the hammer head to swing and drive the hammer handle, thereby reducing his own load. After a circle, the second hammer suddenly smashed down, then came the third hammer, the fourth hammer. When the eighth hammer was swung, it could already bring some shock and pain to Su Xian's arm. Of course, this was Su Xian deliberately cushioning the hammer for his disciple. In normal battle, it was impossible for Li Xiaoli to stack up his power. When swinging the 11th hammer, Li Xiaoli was already very tired. Clenching his teeth, his little face turned red, and the skin and flesh on his arms were twisted together. It had reached the limit. It also broke through Li Xiaoli's previous limit. Bang! When the 11th hammer fell, Su Xian cried ouch, pretended to be unable to block it, and took a half step back. Li Xiaoli wanted to swing the 12th hammer, but his arm was so sore that he couldn't hold the hammer handle, so he had to give up. Ding! Your disciple Li Xiaoli has made a breakthrough in practicing the Chaos Cloak Hammer Method. Congratulations on your 500-fold critical hit return. Your Chaos Cloak Hammer Method is even stronger. At the same time that Li Xiaoli broke through the limit, Su Xian also received a critical hit return from the system. Good performance. Su Xian praised, keep working hard to practice. When you reach the starry realm, your master will give you another great gift. Great. Li Xiaoli is a child after all. You can't put too much pressure on her like Zhang Mu does. Instead, you need to use rewards to induce her. Su Xian still understands the principle of teaching students in accordance with their aptitude. If the child's goal is not clear, then use rewards to set small goals for her invisibly, so that she can keep improving while growing happily. The master and apprentice trained for a whole morning. At noon, Xianyuan Qingqing brought 3 professional teammates from the union. Teacher, the people are here. Xianyuan Qingqing pointed to a burly man in heavy armor among the 3 and introduced, this is Xia Qing, the first stage of the Sun Realm, the position is Shield Soul, good at defense, and the main tank of our team. Then he looked at another woman in blue light armor, this is Yan Yuer, the middle stage of the Sun Realm, the profession is gunner, and the main output of our team. After that, everyone's eyes were focused on the last person, that person was relatively short. As a man, he was shorter than Xianyuan Qingqing and Yan Yuer, less than 1.6 meters tall, but he exuded the strongest aura among the 3. This is Zhenlang, the peak of the Sun Realm, with both strength and speed, a professional Qigong master, and the main attacker of our team. After introducing the 3 people, Xianyuan Qingqing introduced herself, as for me, I am in the Silver Moon Realm, an elemental mage, and an alchemist. I can provide you with various buff potions. The other 3 nodded, but their eyes were all focused on Su Xian. They were willing to form a team because they heard that there was a very powerful nurse, but the one in front of them didn't look like a nurse. Su Xian smiled and took a step forward, the epic equipment on his body flashed, almost blinding the 3 people. Xianyuan Qingqing smiled and said, this is my teacher, Su Xian, the peak of the Starry Realm, a professional, healing mage, and I guarantee to stack buffs for everyone. Yan Yuer and the other 2 nodded in agreement. The Starry Realm wears an epic set, as expected of the treasure among treasures in the advanced profession. The nurse is arrogant. In the war years, everyone wants to have a strong fighting force, rather than an aura to assist others. Coupled with the limitation of physical fitness, the nurse profession is extremely rare. There are also many Sun Realm nurses willing to lead the Star Realm. As for why Xianyuan Qingqing called Su Xian teacher, they could not understand. Maybe he was a teacher in other aspects. Everyone was just a casual acquaintance, and they just formed a temporary team, so they didn't ask too many questions. Old Su, can we see what type of game you are good at? Yan Yuer suggested, after getting familiar with your game, we can also arrange tactics better. Of course. Su Xian smiled and said, I know a little about all gains. If you want to try, I can give it to you. Speed gain. As a gunner, Yan Yuer has enough firepower, but her movement speed is relatively slow. Speed gain is the most important to her. Okay, come here. Su Xian took out the magic wand transformed by the 1000-machine umbrella, and the thunder dragon swam on his palm. He gently tapped, go, the thunder dragon swooshed into Yan Yuer's body. Yan Yuer blushed. The feeling just now was so comfortable. Her body became much lighter, and her legs couldn't help but want to move. She took a few steps lightly. The speed was indeed much faster than usual. Xiao Yuer, how do you feel? Xia Qing asked. Very comfortable. No, it's very fast. Yan Yuer didn't know how to describe it. Anyway, it was very cool. Old Su, give me one too. Xia Qing was eager to try. Is it really that painful? I want strength, stronger strength. This is the easiest. Su Xian pointed the staff in his hand again. This time it was a dense ball of lightning, which merged into Xia Qing's body. With Su Xian's control over the electrotherapy method, the electric energy will only stimulate the potential of cells, will not affect their activity, and can also remove necrotic cells and viruses. It works very well. The strength has really become stronger. Xia Qing waved his hands, jumped a few times on the spot, and said excitedly, I used to have some old injuries and hidden diseases. Old Su gave me a few electric shocks. My waist is no longer sore, my legs are no longer painful, and I can fight 10 monsters in one breath. Su Xian, it's a pity that you don't do marketing. I won't try it. Zhenlang's eyes were dim, like a young lady who wanted to try excitement but didn't dare to take the first step. Let's do this for now. I wish us a successful battle. I picked up treasures until my hands cramped. I earned so many contribution points that I couldn't spend them all. The 5 people reached a consensus and cooperated happily. They agreed on a meeting place after the World Channel was opened. After reporting to the Hero Association, they could follow the large group into the large channel.